All right, so what is up, YouTube? We are back again with another episode of the football journey, and I'm proud to say that the channel's growing, and I've seen a lot more support and a lot more subscribers come through. Today, I have a special guest, a very special guest, Portuguese-based South African footballer, born all the way in Durban, KwaMashu. I've got my man Thabo Cele. How you doing, bro?
Well, I'm doing good, fam, but not so good. Like I'm still soaking yesterday's loss, as I told you.
Oh yeah, yesterday's loss. You still crying about that?
Yeah, man, it's like taking a loss is always hard, but it's football. But I'm okay, man. How are you doing, eh?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. You look a little nervous, man. Are you sure you good?
I'm cool, man. I don't know, but I'm cool. I'm cool.
All right, all right. It's okay, bro. Everyone takes a loss once in a while, but next game you can bounce back.
Yeah, fam. We always try to think even if you win, you have to think of about the next game. You see.
Yeah. All right. So let's get straight into it. Let's start off with where did it all begin, man? Your upbringing. Like where did your football career start?
Well, I think started from the streets, man. With just messing around with my homies. Like as you know, in South Africa, like people really love football, man. Especially in the townships. People
Yeah.
really have passion for football. So for me, it was something that was always there. So it was like me and my homies like like playing hide and seek, and
Yeah.
football was something like that to us. We didn't know how big it was, but we just messing around, enjoying it, playing on the streets. And then one day, my older cousin who used to play for a proper club, one day he took me to train with the under 11 of his club. You see, so from there I just went on, man. Yeah.
Yeah. So from the under 11 club, um, at that time, did you know if you were gonna take it all the way to professional, or were you just having fun? I'm sure you're still having fun since you were a kid.
Yeah, man, I can tell you the truth. I was just enjoying myself, man. Because, for me, I feel like football is something that, happened, naturally, So I was just enjoying myself as a youth, just messing with my homies, man. So, and then, I didn't know this was something like true love, you know what I mean? As it is now, because football is love, man. It's just, yeah,
Yeah.
man.
All right. So you go from under 11s, starting your career. You're getting introduced to an actual club, and then after that, where does it go from there? How does the progression come from under 11 to around your high school, your teen years?
Yeah, well, what happened is because my older cousin, I used to hold boots for him, and go watch his games, you see. And he used to hear people talking around the hood, that I was good, And then what happened? I played for in a club called Induna, where it was my where I started,
Yeah.
and then played for Induna for a while, and I got the opportunity to go to the academy in Joburg called Stars of Africa. That's where I went out of my comfort zone, and because I was so uncomfortable in Joburg because I didn't have family.
Yeah.
So that's when I started learning more about football, because there were players who played professionally. You could see their images, and they used to tell us about their stories, how they went through to the professional levels. You see, and yeah, man, that's where I kind of my mentality changed about football. That's where I started to see football as something huge. You know what I mean? It's where oh, this is really something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
big. That's big. So from there, at what point did you join the KZN Academy? Was this before you went to Joburg or afterwards?
It was after, yeah, when I
And
came.
how was the experience at the KZN Academy? And if you could say, what was the difference between when you were in Joburg and when you were back in KZN?
Well, I don't know how is it now, like, but before as like as kids, we always thought that for one to make it, like especially in Durban or any parts of like South Africa rather than Joburg, like to make it in like professional or like to make it in football, you see, you
Yeah,
have to go like to Joburg where there's this like proper development structures, you know what I mean? So that was what was in my mind at the moment. So going to Joburg was really massive for me, you know what I mean? Because I felt like I was getting like closer, you know what I mean? But then like after getting dropped, because I was kind of like rejected, at the time because it helped me, you know what I mean? I was rejected, I had to go back. I felt like I was starting over, you know what I mean? And then when I came back from Joburg, I went back to my club in Duna Academy. I just kept on playing there, man, just playing. And then KwaMashu All Stars, which is a club that I played for too,
yeah,
and that like taught me a lot of things. You know what I mean? Before I joined KwaMashu All Stars before I joined the academy, KZN Academy. So I played there for about a year and a half, 2 years, something like that. So I joined in KwaMashu. I learned a lot of things because it was the playing like more competitive football than I was used to. APC Mutsepe, which was for the League at the time. So I was playing there, learning things, and I had a lot of help from the people there. And I went to the academy, KZN Academy, scouted me. And then, yeah, man, from there I just went on, man.
yeah. I like these interviews because I think it's important for all the
Yeah.
footballers to be able to describe their journey, because sometimes it's not always as smooth as people think it is.
Yeah, man, yeah, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. Sometimes you get dropped, or sometimes you have to move teams. You
True thing, man.
have to still pick yourself up and keep going, keep chasing
Yeah,
the dream.
yeah, man, real thing, man. It's really a tough road, you know what I mean? It's not easy as it seems, man, because you get discouraged a lot, man. You know, like you have to keep going, man. Just keep going, just keep playing. That's the most important thing,
Yeah,
For us, like for me, like football is just something that, as I said before, like I didn't realize how big football was. You know what I mean? I just did it for passion. So I think if you do something for love, for passion, you just find ways, man. Even though it's difficult, just try to find ways. So I just keep playing, man. Just keep
yeah.
playing. Yeah,
All right, so we go to KZN Academy, right?
yeah,
So
man.
then explain to me, how does the move to Portugal? I believe you started off at Real Sporting Club.
Yeah, man.
Um, how does the move to Portugal come out? So that other um, players, from South Africa can kind of listen to your story and maybe see if they could also follow the same path that you took. Speaking of maybe like a kid who grew up as well, KwaMashu or in Durban. How did this guy end up playing football in Portugal?
Well, to tell you the truth, man, what happened is I was at the academy. You see, academy has like these opportunities, man, that you don't get like easily. You know what I mean? And they have like proper people, proper structure. So these people, man, helped me a lot, man. You see, and what happened? I played in the academy for about like 2 years. We were just playing, man, playing. And then one day, they gave me the opportunity to come to Portugal, you see, and we just trained. Like it was more of a like an opportunity to get experience. You know what I mean? To see how is it in Europe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But in my head, I was like, man, this
This is it.
opportunity is, you know, it was so huge for me because I was kind of like preparing for it for the longest time, you know what I mean? And then when they got me the opportunity to come this side, I just kind of like did my best, just try to apply what I know, you know what I mean? And like I wasn't expecting to stay, and we went back to South Africa because we came here for like 3 weeks, and we kept on training with the team, Ria Sport Club. Yeah, we kept on training because I came here with my friend, my colleague, you know, from the academy, you know. And I wasn't after these 3 weeks, we had to go back to South Africa, and I didn't know that it went well or it went bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the directors of the clubs speak to the other director from the academy. We just don't know what's happening. We just train and do your thing, you know what I mean? Which is what I did. I just did my best and tried to apply what I know, as I said. And one day I was just chilling at home. I went back to South Africa. I was just chilling at home with my bros. And then I got a call. Like, they called my mom, you see? And that, like, they wanted me back, you know? I wasn't expecting it. I was just hoping. And that's how it happened. When they called me back, I had to come back. It's
Yeah.
like the same day, I had to pack my things, you know. They had done the ticket. I was so happy. My family was excited because I feel like that opportunity is what I was like waiting for. It was huge, you know what I mean? And then
Yeah.
the airport, I went, boom. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Hey, I'm sure that was a beautiful moment. That was a happy moment in your career.
Cool moment.
Yeah.
Massive.
Okay. Cool. So, Portugal, we get to Portugal, you know, it's a different life, it's a different culture, you know, different players, you know, likes of Cristiano Ronaldo come from there, you know, the
Yeah, man.
great players, man. Luis Figo, some of the most legendary footballers. Okay, so I want to know from you, what is the difference between Portugal and South Africa? Because I like asking players this question. You know, how can South Africa bridge the gap between European countries and yeah, because clearly they're ahead in terms of producing and developing players. So what would you say was some of the key differences that you saw? You know, new things that you learned that you never experienced before going overseas.
Well, I feel like, you see, yesterday we were watching Portugal against France. They were playing.
Yeah,
And yesterday, for the first time, they said, the commentators, like they said, for the first time in history, like the first 11 in Portugal, all of the players are playing outside of Portugal. You know, this was the first time it happened. So, like, I'm saying that to say this, like, uh, the experience you get outside from like playing like home is just massive, man. You know what I mean? Like for me, I feel like the difference you like you way out of your comfort zone. You know what I mean? You learn different styles of football, different styles of living, different like cultures. You know, you meet like players from South America, North America, from Africa, not no, you know what I mean? West
yeah,
Africa. It's just like Portugal seems like the country where uh, players go to find that step. You know what I mean? That next step. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So Portugal is like one of those countries. Like I feel like the difference. I don't know. Like football is football, man. You know, everywhere, man. Like football is just football. But I feel like what the things I've learned, like like in South Africa, we we like to play nice. You know what I mean? You know, skills and
Kasi
everything.
flavor.
Yeah, man. You know the team, man. You know the team.
You
Like,
know, to cut you off, you know,
man.
they say that in South Africa, um, the one way to win a game, even if you 3-0 up, is to do some Kasi flavor, and everyone's gonna remember that moment. Nobody's gonna remember the score.
Yeah, fans like to talk about like like exciting football. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I feel like here, even if you do your thing, you know what I mean? But you have to do it like within the structure of the team, you know, and not just like do it like for yourself. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like, but I feel like even in South Africa, like we've adapted to more organized football. You know what I mean? And uh, like the Kasi thing, you can't take it out of us. It's just natural. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I feel like we more natural players. You know what I mean? So we if we can like combine our natural ability with this, more structural football, we can like be kind of better in that way. You know what I mean?
yeah. And I mean that also comes from playing on the streets, playing with your boys, your homies. You know, you
Yeah,
guys are
man.
showing off against each other. See who's got the most,
Yeah,
who's
I
got
was
the
gonna
most flavor,
yeah, man.
who's
Yeah,
got the
man.
most skills.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, so it's fun to watch. We as fans, we like to watch that type of stuff. You know, even though we like the structure too, but we like to see the gassy flavor there in especially South African players.
Yeah, yeah, man. I feel like as long as it's like it is objective, effective, you know what I mean? I say,
Yeah. All right.
yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. So let's move. So obviously you go you have played in one of the national teams, right?
Yeah, man.
You played in SA under 23 and SA under 20, right?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So let us know, man. How was that experience for you? I know you also played in was it the Junior World Cup or it was
Yeah.
an international competition though. I'm not sure which one was it.
20s, yeah.
Yeah, under 20s, right? I think you played as well against Japan.
Yeah, man. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I did the research. I did the research. Don't worry. Yeah. So
Good job,
how
man.
how how was that experience for you?
Well, it was massive for me, man. It was massive experience, because like it was something that I was. How can that's something that I really was working for, for it to happen. Like it was really massive for me, and it was like huge experience because it gives you the view of how it is to play in those kind of competitions,
Yeah.
and representing your country is something that I don't know, man, so huge, man. It's really an honor, what I mean, and pleasure. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Plus, you get to see the top talents, you know, in your own country. You get to train with them.
Yeah,
You get to see the other countries as well. You know, see how they do things as well. See different types of football. I'm sure it was an amazing experience.
being part of that, man, is so so so, so important, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You always want to be a part of something like that, man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So yeah, man. For me, it was massive, man. So
yeah.
I
I'm
was,
sure. I'm sure as well. You know, one day when you get the call up for Bafana, you'll be ready.
yeah, man. Yeah, like but them
Or,
say,
or or are you gonna be one of those players who switches up? You know, maybe you start playing for Portugal or something.
no, man, no, I don't think so.
Because
I don't think
we see a lot of African players once they move, they choose to rather play for a different national team. You know, because of Europe. You know, it seems better.
Nah, I don't think so. But like South African, man. Even the national anthem, man. When you're standing there singing it, man, like it's just a moment of honor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
goes to CDLA, and it's just unexplainable, just massive.
Yeah, all right. So we're going back. We're going back to Portugal now. You moved from Real Sporting Club and then to Benfica, and then right now you're at. I don't want to pronounce this. I don't want to pronounce the name wrong, but it's Kova Piedade, something like that.
Yeah, man. They always laugh at me when I say the name of the team back in South Africa. Even when I go back to the national team, when I have the opportunity to go, I say the name of the club. I say Cover the Piedad.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so I pronounced it wrong.
I still got to pronounce. So yeah, man, no problem.
Yeah, man. So how is it currently, man? I know you told me that yesterday wasn't so good. It was a tough day in the office, but how's been the experience? Moving to different clubs. Playing around different players, different coaches as well. How's that experience been?
Well, it's been huge for me. Going to different clubs, learning, meeting different people. It's been massive for me. I feel like I've grown, and I'm still growing as a player, as a man. So it hasn't been easy. I won't lie. It hasn't been easy. It's been a tough road. Football is really a tough road, man. But it's worth every moment. I won't lie, man. The position I'm at now. Of course, I still want to go further. The position I'm at now. So I wouldn't change it for what for where I was before. So
yeah.
In that type of way, it's massive for me to meet these people I've met, to learn what I've learned. So yeah, man, and keep going.
Yeah. All right. So I know you're in Portugal and still trying to move even further in Europe, right? But obviously there has been some interest from some clubs back home. I'm not going to mention any names, but how do you feel about that? And do you see yourself coming back to South Africa to play for a club back home, or for you, it's your focus is more overseas for the time being?
Well, I think the most important thing is to focus on the moment. You know what I mean? Of course, you have your own goals. You know what I mean? You have your things you work for. You know what I mean? But today is more important than tomorrow, because tomorrow is the consequence of today. You know what I mean? So I try to focus more in the present, man. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what will happen tomorrow. You know what I mean? And I wouldn't go back to South Africa, but I'm still I feel like I'm where I'm supposed to be at the moment, where the Most High, God wants me to be at the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to make the most of it. Trying to find ways to improve and get better for the future, man. In the present. So yeah. Man.
I like that answer. I like that answer. It's important. I feel like it's important to focus in the moment. Sometimes, as athletes, sometimes you're always looking, for the future, the next bigger thing, and sometimes you forget that you just gotta be in the moment.
In the moment,
so,
yeah. Just focusing in the moment and trying to help my team,
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna move into a little bit of a more lighter side of the interview. I don't know how much knowledge or how much you're aware of a new growing trend of football fan channels, where especially on YouTube, it's some people call it independent media now. Where fans have a chance, to have their own opinions, give their own takes on football games, football players, talk about their teams. These are people that, maybe aren't as highly educated on football as, an actual professional like you, for example, or, anyone else who professional football or professional coach. But how do you feel about these channels, and how do you feel about taking criticism from fans?
Well, man, I think most players, most footballers like me, like we don't like we watch these fan based channels, you know what I mean? But we don't really like focus on them, what them say, you know what I mean? Of course, it feels good for them to compliment when you're doing well, you know. You have to take the compliment. When them criticize you, it hurts, you know.
It hurts, yeah.
It hurts, bro. So you try to, I don't know, to balance it, you know, because like it's for fans, you know. Fans have to say what they feel, you know what I mean. And you have to take it like and try to like even like criticism, you know. You have to try and process it, you know what I mean, and try like to find if like because some of the criticism is good, you know what I mean, to make you improve, you know what I mean. So you try to process the criticism and find ways to listen to the truth that comes with the criticism and try to improve, man. You know what I mean? As you take in the compliment, because compliment makes you feel good. You know, so you try to take them both, man.
Yeah, I know myself. I'm a very, very huge critic. Sometimes I'm very reactionary as a fan. In the heat of the moment, sometimes you say some things and you're like, maybe I'm being too harsh on that. So that's why I always like to get a football player's perspective on
Well,
criticism.
well, like myself, I'm my own critic, man. I critique myself a lot, man. You know, and sometimes I feel like that's not good. I have to cheer myself up, but it's good, man. You know what I mean? Criticism is good, man. If you have the right way, like of like processing it and like the right perspective of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna play a quick game to end off the interview. A little quick game. Um, it's who would you rather play with or play against? So um, I'm gonna start off with two players, right? And then I'm gonna move to two coaches, and then I'm gonna ask you, who would you rather play with, and who would you rather play against? And then you're gonna tell me who it is and why. So the first two players, who would you rather play with, or who would you rather play against? Sadio Mane or Mohamed Salah?
Ooh, against.
Play with, who would you rather play with, and who would you rather play
Oh,
against?
oh, I see, I see. Well, I rather. That's a tricky question there, man. That's a question there, man. Oh, I'd rather play with Mane and play against Musa.
Now, why specifically? Why would you rather do that?
Well, I feel like in my team, I would need like a player like I would need them both, but I feel like Mane is more. I don't know, man. I think I like. Let me fix this thing, man. Let me fix this.
If
Oh,
it's not balancing, just
it's
hold it.
not balancing, man,
It's,
because
it's
I'm
oh.
talking about my name, Salah. You know, African giants. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
you could just hold it because we almost done anyway.
I'm talking about African giants now.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Like Mane, I like. I just
He's
have
got
to say
that thing.
I like more. Like I like Mane more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, okay. That's fair, that's fair. Okay, next two players. Who would you rather play with or play against?
Yeah.
Didier Drogba, Samuel Eto'o.
Ooh, that's that's. Uh, Samuel Eto'o, man. Sami Eto'o.
You know I'm a Chelsea fan, man. You're hurting my feelings right now.
Yeah, man. I didn't mean
But
that.
hey, actually, Eto'o played for Chelsea as well later on. So both of them
man,
played
so
for Chelsea.
ability. That's your player too, man. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like Drogba more. But okay, both of them are, for me, both of them are same level. Both amazing.
Legends, man.
Legends of the game.
Yeah, man.
Um, okay, so you'd rather play with Eto'o.
Yeah, man.
So you'd rather have Drogba running at you.
Drummer's gonna kill my team, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. All right. Last two. Who would you rather play with or play against? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang or Riyad Mahrez?
We is bro. These questions, man. It's
Hard to choose, I know.
hard to choose, man. It's really hard, man, because they're both like top players. You know what I mean? With different styles, you know. But my team, that's a tough one. You see, it's a tough one. But I have to go with Mahrez, man, in my team.
Damn. Okay. I thought you'd say Aubameyang, but okay, that's different. Actually, I actually need to ask you one more. One more. Who would you rather play with or play against? Stephen Pina or Benny McCarthy? You know, we're keeping it South African. We're keeping it local.
Man, just this is the toughest one in these questions. You know what I mean? Because but these are players who give like different things. You know, in the game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you need goals, it's Benny, and the midfielder. If you want like progress in the midfield, you go for Steven. You know what I mean? But I feel like there's no right or wrong answer in this one. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you don't wanna choose.
That's not that's all I want to choose, but it's like it wouldn't make sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a fair um assessment. Oh.
Yeah, man.
Okay. So lastly, coaches. Who would you rather? Basically, I'm gonna ask you who would you rather play under, and who would you rather play against? We got Jose Mourinho and Pep Guardiola.
Ooh. Man. I'll play for any of them, but it depends on the style of the coach, you know, on my style, you know what I mean? But according to my opinion and my style of play of like football, how I understand football, I think Pep Guardiola is like my manager. Yeah.
Yeah, I knew you choose Pep Guardiola because of the CM, you
Yeah.
know, midfield.
Yeah, man.
Pep Guardiola's been one of the pioneers of that like passing football. You know,
Yeah.
coaching players like
More technical, you know.
yeah, coaching players like Xavi and Iniesta. You know,
Yeah, man.
so yeah, you'd probably fit in best there, especially as a CM. You'd fit in really well in his system.
I love that.
All right, man. Yeah, man. So that brings us to the end of our interview. Appreciate you, bro, taking the time. I know you're very busy, you know, training, matches. I appreciate you for coming on, you know, telling your story, telling your football journey. And obviously, it's not the end. You know, we still want to see more. We're still going to keep improving, still going to keep going, you know.
Yeah, man.
You know, there's a lot of people, you know, who are watching you back home, you know, supporting you, you know, wanting the best for you. So, yeah, that's just a little encouragement, you know. But yeah, I just want to say thank you, bro, for coming on. You know, hopefully, maybe in a couple months, in a couple years' time, we're gonna do another interview, you know, and you're gonna tell us, you know, how things go after this interview. So yeah, bro, thank you, bro, appreciate it.
Real thing, man. Big up yourself, because like, yeah, man, I'm coming from far, man, and
Yeah,
still like got like a long way to go. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And I consider myself as someone who has had a lot of help. You know what I mean? Along the way, you know, and I still do today. You know, like having the people I have in my corner is so like I'm so grateful for that. You know what I mean? Because them like maybe they don't know how like the impact they have in my journey. You know, in my part. You know, so I'm really grateful for them, my family, my friends. You know, my brothers who I'm with here. You know, who we have like created a bond of a family here because we have no family. You know what I mean? Blood family. You know what I mean? So there's like other South Africans who are like finding their way in like football world, you know, like me, you know what I mean? So we're here together, we're trying to make a way for ourselves, you know, for our families, you know. So yeah, man, I'm really grateful for those people. That's what I want to say. And yeah, man, the fight goes on, man. The journey goes
Yeah.
on. So,
All right, man. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you to everyone. You know, I want you guys to keep watching the channels. You know, we got some really dope interviews with really dope footballers. You know, and I just want to encourage everyone to keep subscribing, keep sharing, keep liking, keep
thank you,
commenting.
man.
You know, tell us who would you rather play against or who would you rather play with. You know,
Thank you.
see if you agree with him or not. But yeah. Thank you so much to everyone. Keep liking, keep sharing, and we'll be back again for another episode of the Football Journey.
Please keep the channel growing. Pick up yourself. God lead the way all the time.